Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists.
Hello and welcome to Question of the Week. I'm James Titko. This week, Carla asks, why did COVID-19 affect humans but not animals? Well, I know just the man to help with that. What do you reckon, Chris? Take it away.
So, can cats and dogs and other animals catch COVID? Or, more accurately, can they catch SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that causes COVID-19 disease in humans? The answer is absolutely yes. The COVID-19 coronavirus is actually not naturally an infection of humans at all. It's what's known as a zoonosis, an infection that's spread to us from animals. And while the jury's still out on whether the virus escaped from a Chinese laboratory along the way, it nevertheless almost certainly began as an infection in a bat. And we know this because the genetic codes of the coronaviruses that are carried naturally by bats are remarkably similar, some of them, to the genetic code of the COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 virus. Around the world, billions of people have since gone on to catch COVID-19, and many of them have exposed their pets and their farm animals in the process. There are reports of household cats and dogs, as well as mink, ferrets and polecats testing positive for the virus. And in the Chinese city of Wuhan, where the pandemic began, 15% of the feral cats tested in the aftermath of the outbreak were positive for antibodies to the virus, proving they'd been exposed, probably through scavenging through human waste. These animals are susceptible to the infection because they're mammals like we are, and they share similar biochemistry. That means they're a target. But they also seem to fare better than humans on average when they catch the disease. So why is that? Well, the reason is that viruses evolved to become highly optimised to their natural hosts. The best outcome for any virus is to be minimally disruptive for the host while achieving maximum infectivity and therefore transmissibility. Disable your host too significantly or even kill them and they won't go about their business infecting others quite so readily. You'll also eventually run out of victims to infect. So in its bat host, the COVID-19 virus is relatively benign. But when it jumps the species barrier into us, the virus is ill-adapted to our physiology. The immune evasion that works really well in a bat turns out to be a massive case of overkill in some people. But in your dog or cat, on the other hand, the reverse is true. The virus struggles to gain much of a toehold, it can't grow very efficiently, and the infection tends to smoulder rather like a damp bushfire, rather than turn into an inferno before the immune system can smother it. It isn't just a one-way street though. Some infections that are trivial for humans are also lethal for wild animals. Two viruses that cause the common cold in us, called RSV and HMPV, can wipe out chimpanzees, killing up to 1 in 5 young animals for the same reason. Adaptations that make these viruses better bedfellows for us can render them lethal for even our very close animal cousins. So this is why biologists, conservationists and healthcare and animal practitioners tend to talk about One Health. Viruses can and do spread between species with highly unpredictable results, and that's why we need to keep tabs on them.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks, Carla, for sending that one in. Next week, we're answering this one from Daniel.
Hello, Naked Scientists. My name is Daniel from Norwich. My question is, if you could travel in time, could you go back further than the Big Bang, the current thinking that defines the beginning of the universe as it is today? Thank you.
If you've got a question you'd like us to have a go at, send it in to chris@nakedscientists.com and we'd be delighted to take a look at it for you.
Question of the Week is part of the Naked Scientists podcast and supported by the Wellcome Trust and UK Fast. Look us up online at nakedscientists.com.